Okay, so, hello guys, it's me Gaming Star here, and today I am back with another episode of Meeting Straight East to Change Justice for All. Last time, we had basically, started the investigation, the first half of the investigation, so I'm going to go ahead and start the second half of the investigation. Let's go. It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? Mario, that's the only thing that was there. I wonder if Mr. Eshraf's already found Mystic Maya. These things take time. I'd probably say not. The police are professionals, Pearl. They'll find her, so don't you worry. If we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay. You're right. So the real person who killed Mr. Gorita was that assassin, Mr. Shelly the Killer, right? And in the card in the sand was found in the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who's the one that hired the killer to begin with? Who was his client? You mean who asked for the murder? That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood, but whoever this client is, they're still a killer. The assassin's client. Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews? I wonder. But if she was the client, then why would go the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself? But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be Vanguard himself. Was it Matt? If Mr. Ngata really did hire the assassin, then he is not innocent at all. Far from it, he would be guilty of the crime. But it can't be Mr. Ngata, right? I mean, we first talked with him. Mr. Ngata, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Gorita? Alright. Just to be clear, dude, I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Gorita, okay? Didn't see any Cyclops at that time. Actually, that reminds me. You remember something, Mr. Nick? Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting. So what is this interesting thing? Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, Pearls? Juan had bet everything on the Jamma Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. And he fought anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had at his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career. It had been revealed. Mr. Ngata's secret? What is the secret? I don't know yet, but for now, let's think about this way. Mr. Gorita was going to reveal this secret. That means Mr. Ngata had plenty of motive to have Mr. Gorita silenced. Which means we have to meet with Mr. Ngata. There's no way around it. Let's go. Let's go to the hall. Hey, wait! What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is not anything to do with you is ever good. Like, just now, I just had a strange device for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel. That's the bug sleeper, isn't it? The one Gumshoe made. I don't know, and frankly, I don't care, but the request came from Edgy Poo, so Edgeworth? And he said, if you feel angry, direct your anger at the unsophisticated lawyer. So I'm going to feel free to direct my anger towards you. Oh, gee. Thanks a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are. Bug sleeper. It's absolutely top secret. You have to better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of those presents. Very interesting. I'm sure it was you. It was a catch poor Juan in the middle of a scandalous meeting. Scandalous? What's that? It means, well, the gossip that's been doing around with my dear Juan. Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews? But I'm sure she must have some reason of getting close to Mr. Gorita. I'll let you in on a little secret, youngin'. I know who planted that spy camera. It was that obnoxious puffy-haired photographer girl. That nerve of some people. Spying on people by yourself as they want to do it yourself, too. Wow, the alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change. I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I bet that's nothing good. I didn't say anything. Juan and Adrian. See, you didn't want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear, they were something of a refreshing pair, those two. Oh, I tell you, Juan really welcomed the manager with open arms, I heard. That manager? What are you talking about? You don't know? That manager woman Juan had. It's a shame she killed herself, though. Oh, you're talking about Miss Celeste Impact, Miss Andrews' mentor, right? Yes, that one. The Celeste girl. She was supposed to get married, you know. Married? You mean to Mr. Gorita? Really? You young kids don't know anything, do you? That girl, Celeste, killed herself 3 days after the marriage announcement. 3 days after the marriage announcement. What in the... Celeste's suicide. So it was marriage. Huh. How was Impact's mom to kill herself? She saw I was going to be married. Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Okay, I'm back. Just a quick call. Is that true? It was in the weekly magazines. But why? Why did he do that? That was not in the magazines, unfortunately. I see. That night after Juan called the wedding that manager Celeste killed herself. How terrible. I wonder what happened between those two. There's nothing really much we can do. Let's go to the criminal affairs department. Gonna move on. It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, I wonder what he's thinking. You're Mr. Ngata's lawyer, right? Yes, sir. Well, we finally found that person you've been looking for. A real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean the Ngata the case? We're taking the witness statement right now. Gotta hand it over to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now? Who's the witness? I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer. Mr. Nick? Between the kidnapper's demand and now this, I can't see any way to win this. Oh, yeah. Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. He did? Even though visiting hours are long over in the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission, so go there you will. What? I already called him. They know. Go on. Talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much. It's very good news, Nick. Go talk to your heart's content. Sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. Go to the detention center. I'm sure they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. Ngata and Miss Andrews are in the detention center. Now then, whose story want to hear? Let's go with Matt first. Then we're gonna go with Adrian. Dude, it's Mr. Wright. Hope you can get off and get hooked tomorrow. I'm counting on you. I hope so too. I just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Corrida was killed by an assassin, and that the assassin's client is this man, Martin Ngata. What's wrong? Mr. Ngata, there's something I must know about 100% certainty. You seem kind of different. You're totally not like your usual lawyer dude self. Matt's secret. Juan and Adrian. What do you know about them? Did you know about Mr. Corrida and Miss Adrian's relationship? Well, it's all over tabloids, dude. But I don't know any details, so that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life. Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Corrida. Her mentor was Mr. Corrida's manager, and Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Impact's suicide note from him. Celeste, does that jog any memories? Dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. You up for some pizza? My treat. Mr. Nick, what's pizza? Is it kind of pea, like green peas? Let's go eat one later, okay? I got caught off the pizza, dude, at the shop. It's too bad. Well, how your mind's a topic, and talk about something else, okay? Mr. Ngata, are you connected to Impact's suicide in some way? Matt's secret. About the press conference. You mean the one where Juan was going to dress up as this nickel samurai? Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. Looked like somehow Juan was going to hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career and been revealed. Could you please tell me what the secret is, please? Five blocks! Mr. Nick, don't tell me. Cyclops. You said a secret, right? But I don't have any idea what it is, you dude. Let's go back to the criminal affairs department. Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me. Uh-oh. Mr. Powers, what happened? Why are you here? You see, I got roped into this somehow. What? Now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial. So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers? I was talking with detective until a little while ago, and I was on my way home. But all of a sudden, you there! You're under arrest! And I was brought back here. Oh. They said my face and whole self in general looked suspicious or something. Well, I guess I can see somehow they thought it looked suspicious. I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. It's not a crime. Tomorrow's testimony. So about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about? I really don't know yet. But it sounds like I saw something pretty important to tell me. You saw something important? What was it? Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, especially not that lawyer, he said. What do you think that lawyer detective was talking about? I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me. Yeah, you got it. Mr. Nick. Mystic Maya and myself are the only two allies in this whole world, but it's alright. Ouch, I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? Matt and Goddard. This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know? Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going. But that's really like? Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He will never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He always say it's just a game to justify himself. What? How horrible. That's unforgivable. How? Sorry, didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me. One person who wouldn't swoon over him? His manager, you know? Miss Adrian Andrews. Why is Mr. Patterson looking kind of energetic? Gossip. You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have their dazzling sort of image, right? Dazzling sort of image, but aren't you part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers? No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I got to hear plenty of gossip about other stars around me things happen. Well, that's true. Oh, hey, so did you hear about this one yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide? You mean Miss Impax? We heard something about how her wedding was cancelled. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about the mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about that? Go on ahead. As far as his skin practically glowing with electricity. So it's the suicide. I like how, imagine being so excited to talk about death. That's a topic I never thought I'd say. Just like, hey, let's talk about suicide, yeah! Hey, let's talk about suicide! Damn. Honestly, if that was me, I would literally just be like, no. Hey, so you have heard of this? Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Juan went to hit it. We heard about it today in court. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left it in the note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is. Something bad for Mr. Corrida? Why would I figure so? Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. And she said, it looks like it got caught up with a truly insidious man. What? Truly insidious man? Does she mean Mr. Corrida by that? Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be the reason enough for him to hide the suicide note. I see. Well, that's some good info. Thank you. You're welcome. Mr. Goddard and Miss Andrews, they're both at the detention center right now. There's still things to understand about him, but the two of them tell me everything. Let's go talk to Adrian Andrews. Let's go. Adrian. Here we go. Hey, Andrews. What's up? Oh, it's you. I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there's a few questions I absolutely have to ask you for tonight. Me? I thought your client was Matt. I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be so close about the secret Miss Goodyear has with Goddard. Matt and Goddard. I'd like to ask you something about Matt and Goddard, if you don't mind. Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Goddard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. Celeste. About Miss Celeste. I have finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. I'm sorry. Yes, I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her suicide note back and to burn it. You wanted to burn it? But why? I didn't want it to spread just like another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid. The suicide note, huh? I wonder what it said. Why frame him? Why did you try to frame Matt, Mr. Goddard? That's simple, because he's the killer. That's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? But There had to be another way. The police are excellent at their doing their jobs and figured it out, right? Yes, they're so good at they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. Miss Andrews. Well, I know that you're not the type of person to do something without reason, so please tell me why you did what you did. Revenge. Huh? Did you say something just now? Oh my god, no. No. Psych like, huh? Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer, to be honest. You're more like my enemy. But I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say revenge. So we have to go back to the law office. Let's go back to the office. Your phone! I don't like the sound of the ringtone right now. Sounds kind of ominous. It's probably just your imagination. Hello? We got a big problem, pal! What's wrong? I'm on my way to the office right now. Okay. Hey, wait a sec. Why is he coming here? It's terrible! I don't know what to say, pal! So, oh. I got here faster than I thought. Hey. Don't have to relax now, pal. Confesses anything else. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who bought the spy camera. Eh? This quickly? I'm surprised. And this bear is what gave them away, pal. The bear. I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera. But shh, bros. And go on. There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime. Who is it? Who would be rude as to spy another person in their room? Matt and Goddard. Huh? Matt and Goddard. Your clients. That's who, pal. And here I thought things gonna get any worse. Stuffed bear. Are you sure you heard right that the person who bought the bear was... I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. This $3,800, pal. That's the exact match for the price of stuffed bear. Damn, that's very pricey bear. Receipt. That's all you have? Nah, it's not just receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me I'm sure I sold the bear to Mr. Gardner. I mean, the clerk never even got Mr. Gardner's autograph on it, pal. So I'm sure the person who bought this stuffed bear was Mr. Gardner himself. My eyesight's failing me. This can't be. Spy camera. What about the spy camera? Oh, that was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can find it from anywhere. But for now, I guess find these two for follow to evidence. You know I don't want to give you up, pal. Never thought I didn't think it was possible. The person who just put the cameras was Matt. Why? Why would Mr. Goddard do something like that? I bet if the catch for Miss Anderson, Mr. Goddard wanted to render this. I bet it's not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. Are you going to see him, Mr. Goddard? I mean, yes. I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder if we will find out next. I'm scared myself, but I have to put a good face for Pearls. Matt and Goddard, what in the world have you done? So, for the first time ever, our client is actually guilty, which is probably the only time so far in this series where we actually had this happen, where our client is actually guilty. Not ever this actually does happen. Outside of this, probably the only time this ever does happen. So it's pretty much the most unique twist in the entire series so far. The time no ever happens. Let's go back. You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10, dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Relax. Don't know about ignorance is bliss. But if you really want to know, let's talk. Alright, bro! We're gonna do it! I'm excited, okay? I'm actually fucking hyped. Let's go, bro. Oh, 5 fucking locks! Matt's secret. Let's go. Go, what are you doing? Alright. Now, let's hear what the secret of yours is. Why does Mr. Goody have been successful in his plan? Well, it's closed. I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Boyle! Look, Mr. Wright, I can keep saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on. I was in the middle of my nap. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention, especially on that night. The camera. Of course. someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Gorida's room in the night of the murder. Secretly film? What? And then sent the images the camera took with this transmitter. Wow, but dude, where's the camera we were taking about hidden? The fucking lie! Simple enough, bro. Spy camera was hidden in the bear's eye. A bear that's supposed to be a present from a fan. Oh, that was one. Guess one had a few of those kind of fans too, huh, dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. You sure, dude? Who else could it be from? The person who gave this bear to Mr. Gorita was... you, of course. Of course it was you, bitch. It was you. Mr. Ngada, dude, don't you know where this bear is from somewhere? Don't think I've ever met Mr. Bear before, dude. Aw, but he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend? What else did the bear tell you? He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. Ngada. He basically poked his eye out and basically just went, put the fucking camera in his eye! Yeah, I don't know what I did there for a minute. Didn't know how Cora, I think, was in serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? Just pulling my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet. Well, do you have any proof you want me to show first? Here's proof that you put the camera inside the bear. The credit card receipt. Here you go. I have here one credit card receipt from Mr. Ngada. It was when you bought that stuffed bear. Dude, all you can tell is I spent $3,800. Go to the department store all the time, okay? $3,800. This could be a toothbrush I bought that one day. How the fuck can a toothbrush cost that much money? Oh wait, there's a gold plated in here. A $3,800 toothbrush! It's ivory and it's got elephant hair for bristles. What the fuck? That's a very, very expensive toothbrush. So you basically use a dead elephant to brush your teeth. Wow, what an asshole, bro. Ew, elephant. Is something most people use nowadays? Anyway, the store clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not? Dude, you should have said that earlier. So can I ask you one thing? Yes. You're my lawyer, right, dude? If so, you're here, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? No, not yet. I haven't asked why you set up the camera up yet. And what your secret is, of course. It would be strictly confidential. So, what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out what I know, because I must. The reason you hit this camera in Mr. Kodia's room is... secretly filmed is because the card. Fuck, I lost it. It's the card. The picture card. Here we go. What is that card? This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelly the Killer. And I'm sure you know of him. Don't you? Shelly the Killer? That's ridiculous. Why would I know of some shady scumbag like that? Dude, if you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? Oh, this is it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. I can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Mr. Manigata, I know you're Mr. Killer because he's your hero. You're his client. You're a star. You're a hero of justice. Oh my god, I love that option. Okay, so because you are his client. Since you're the one who set up the camera, that means you knew. You knew exactly what's going to happen in that room. So, how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Shelly the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Corrida. The real mastermind behind the whole murder is... you, Mas Engarde! Whoa! And here I was trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Oh, that's what I thought. Anyway. Mr. Engarde, you really did hire... what the fuck? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna consult myself, okay? Consult myself? Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude. The locks break. Here we go. Oh, shit! How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt Guard. Where the fuck did you get that orange juice from, bro? Where the fuck did you get that orange juice? Oh my god. Legitimately, I was like, what the fuck? Is he double personality up in here, bro? He's double personality disorder in here. Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have. You really? So you are Shelley the Killer's client. You really didn't think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you? What do you mean? And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself, trying to stick the crime on me. I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer? You're lying. What a terrible... It's a way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on, let us grown-ups talk about more adult stuff. But why? Why did you hide the video camera? A weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian. He knew about Miss Andrews' secret. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. Least of all, assassins. What? Oh, come on now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding their sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess? A lot of money. And that's why. Yes, that's where the video comes in. If he got his face and the crimes he recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. That's right. That video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright? Why would you do something so wrong? Because I'm grown up, and I can. Good enough of an answer for you, little girl. Ah, fuck you, bro! Why would you kill Mr. Corrida? Because he was about to sling so much dung onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? This is all because of that press conference, isn't it? If Mr. Corrida had been able to give it, then Mr. Engarda's secret would have... Ah, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit it crept on. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought. And that's how Mr. Corrida ended up dead? Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face, and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it. The assassin, too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone all working their butts off for me, Matt and Goddard. Aw, did they leave you speechless? What a shame. Fuck you, bro. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you've killed Juan Corrida, and you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone. Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was that D-killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a catnap in my room. You killed Mr. Corrida! I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. Aw, but too bad. You can't. You're my lawyer after all. Aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? Oh, but you can't, can you? That would be one thing you absolutely can't do. Mystic Maya! You wouldn't want to test the killer. He's a man of his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel! So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this! That's such a cliche phrase. Juan said something just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Fuck you! Where the fuck did you get that glass, though? You literally just like, what did you do with that glass of juice? You literally just pull it out of your pee. What the? You just pull it out of your ass. You just went like, oop, some juice. I don't even know. What am I supposed to do? Well, and now I finally found it. The starting line of this case. Edgeworth! I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. Well, Wright, what are you going to do if the plan to change your strategy? No! We can't do that. That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you. Mr. Edgeworth. Right, only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at the time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was, and that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it in your own. Madam Gardner, I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who is clearly a killer? Madam Gardner, that man is really... Ugh! It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? A proper defense. But what exactly is that? So whoever a lawyer possibly blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? Ironic that you of all people would say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you fought for your clients up until now? Ah! Well, that may be true, but that's because I believe my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get guarded acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. My situation. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people from who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win in the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right? Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. People like you and Franziska von Garma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Franziska, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is the perfect win record. That's all. And it's not the same thing as you. Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You're so petty. I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What do you? Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as perfect record were meaningless. What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But why? Why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you'll be powerless to change the ending of the story. Okay. There's actually 2 different endings. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show both endings. Mr. Nick, the transceiver. I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Madam, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Ngada's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right? Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me! A man who hires an assassin is just as much as killer himself! I believe you were asking me for a reason as to why I am doing what I am. Yeah? This is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what's called client relations, and it's part of the assassin's duty. Assassin's duty? We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist expert help, Mr. Attorney. And to assure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before, however. You did. But
My name is the Killer. Shelly the Killer.
You're Shelly the Killer?
Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain,
Maya!
it would be my duty as an assassin to see it, because she receives a nice long nap.
Ah, no!
Noted. If you excuse me, if someone were to trace the signal back to me, I would be quite troublesome. Wait a minute.
It's a cat, bro! We know who that is already. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! I don't know what to say. Edgeworth! Did you hear that? At the end of transmission? Meow! Meow! Huh? Oh, that. Sounded like a cat. A cat? It can't be. That cat... Can it? What is it? I think I know where Shelly the Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, I have all police units head for Ingard Mansion immediately. Alright, you hurry over as well then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. We fight only just begun. Yeah. Let's go. Wrong way. Up. But, yeah, let's go back to the, let's go to the lobby. Let's go to the house, to the living room. Wait a minute. There's a bear. Maya! Please answer us, Mystic Maya! We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. Can't believe it. That butler all this time, he was the killer. He and a garden were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a continuing plan ahead of time. Wait a minute. What the fuck? A bear? There's a small door in the bottom, bigger door. That's cat's keys. Oh, you mean shoe? Wait, there's a bear. Oh, it's figuring a bear. But there's a lot of cuts in it for some reason. Figurine. A bear. Isn't that more thing more supposed to go to? Why would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door installed. Ah, sure as for shoe. Do you think this came through that little door? This door. It's locked. Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. Pretty used to breaking doors. Ah, there's no one here. From the one looks at his room, I have sight as Ingard's private lounge. Look at this, right? It's Hannah and sending the receiving radio signals in a VCR. Checking inside the desk if there's tape. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found. No. But there's no mistake that someone needs to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for, escaped with it. It's in Ingard's computer. Maya, why would I use this to get help? Mr. Nick, where's the power switch? Oh, I get it. That's what happened. She couldn't find the power switch. Footage spy camera took the scene. Was beamed recorded here. Huh, alright, let's go. Huh? We've searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out or grasped his time. And now we've lost our only lead. I don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route into the district. Leave the rest to us. Maya. A picture. This looks like a picture of Miss Impacts. With love, Celeste. Miss Impacts? You mean? Yes, Mr. Codia's former manager. Why would a picture of Miss Impacts here being in Ingard's mansion? Why does it say with love? This might be a clue. Ah! What's wrong, Pearls? Please, let me see the picture frame. Huh? What's so special about... On the back, there's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message. What? I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You better get Ingard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's got to watch out for the helpless lunk. That's it for now, I guess. No! Right! What's wrong? Why is the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house, and this last room looks like it eluded us. Edgeworth? Yes. As far as clues go, I think this is all about what we're going to get. But I still short one last thing. And what is that? Miss Andrews. Miss Andrews' psych lock, if I could find it, I suppose. Wide open at the window. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearl. It's time to open the last lock. I don't need to go, thanks. Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I have come to remove your psych lock. Psych lock? I want you to know it. You will tell me your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. Okay, here we go. They have a lot of evidence. Holy crap, there's so much evidence in here. Oh my god, it's actually kind of crazy. Let's go. One more thing left to do. We're ending the episode. And next time we go and start the final day of the trial, which is pretty long. Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Goddard for the murder? I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Goddard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you are saying I was taking revenge on Matt. That's why. What an absurd idea. I don't have anything to take revenge for, Miss Andrews. A woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There's something in her past that would make her take revenge. Suicide report. Celeste. There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings, and even revenge, is what Miss impacts suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hid her suicide was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. We haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. Goddard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impact's and her suicide. Can you explain to me the relation between Celeste and Matt? Actually, that's pretty simple. There's a picture that I found in Matt's house. Here. This photo of Miss Impact's correct. She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impact's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? That's not right. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Goddard's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Alright, let's talk, baby. Why frame him? Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Mr. Godia didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. Because of Mr. Goddard? What do you mean? I think I can see where this is going. Celeste, she was Matt's manager for a long time. She was the happiest woman in the world at that time. I was working part-time back then. I was often saw the two of them together. So that's why, with love, Celeste is right on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Toyed till she was thrown away. That's horrible. Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were eventually planning on getting married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On that night, Juan called her marriage off. Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. Revenge. I'm sure you can guess why Juan called off the wedding, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see, so that's what happened. But then why did Mr. Corita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. Poor Miss Impax. That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that's why she would never again be hurt by Matt. She chose to die. Then, when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note. But why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that the note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge. There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of the suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after that stage show. I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out all about this, so I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death is something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another, after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it even went public. I was going to burn it. I hadn't even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find that suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring them to my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters, so when I stabbed Juan's body with a knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and with talking with me. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either, not with my situation or what I know now. Okay, damn, that was a long episode. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, subscribe, whatever. And next time, we're gonna go ahead and start the trial. And start the final day. The final section of the trial. This one's gonna be extremely long. So this one's gonna be almost nearly 2 hours. My guess is that's gonna be nearly 2 hours long. Just my logical guess. So it's gonna be pretty long. Just a warning. So see you guys then. Bye.